Hey, welcome back, everyone. We're live here on the set of Studio 47 at the Rio. Special guest Kyle Steinfeld this evening. You guys all know him from previous videos, I'm sure. We're coming at you with a round one update from the Bracketology 6 pool. Right now, Jose Moreno is in first place. Jose actually led the pool after day one and led the pool after day two. No one has ever gone wire to wire and led every single day. Last year, the defending champion Emilio led the pool after day one, lost the lead after day two and day three, but then ended up winning the pool. So he actually became the first person to ever win the pool after leading day one. That hadn't happened previously. So we'll see if Jose can go wire to wire this year. So let's talk about some standings first. After day one, Jose was in first. Newcomer Joe DeMont was in second place. Henry Barona, who joined last minute, was in third place. Dustin Jennings was in fourth place. By the way, Dustin Jennings doesn't just have a perfect quadrant. He has two perfect quadrants. He hasn't missed a single pick in the Midwest region or the East region. Perfect. So he's got a lot of possible points.
Is the East the bottom right?
Top right.
Top right. Oh, that's
he's got top left and top right. Yeah, exactly. Well, the reason that's happened, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there were no upsets in the Midwest region. It went all chalk. There was only one upset Dayton in the East region, so pretty much all chalk. So Dustin hasn't really picked any upsets. The rest of us have picked a ton of upsets that just weren't hitting. So he's doing well. He was doing well after day one. After day one, in second to last place was Nick Quintana. He's towards the bottom of the pool every single year in any sport, as we all know. We have no idea how his name is on the trophy at all.
Be
careful not to touch that, Kyle.
No, don't worry.
You've never
been very, very careful. Yes.
And last place after day one was none other than you, of course.
Oh, I was tied. I think I was tied.
Okay, you guys were tied, but he was ahead of you in the standings because of projected points.
Yeah, but now I'm ahead because I have more.
Yeah. So, Kyle, thank you for playing in the pool for the 6th straight year.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Glad to be donating.
What's led to your struggles every single year?
Pretty sure that I think I picked too many upsets. I think that's, and I picked the wrong upsets. I think that's the more important factor. Okay. And I don't think, maybe I watched too much Sports Center. I think I need to stop at 47 minutes. Okay. I go a little higher, and
we've heard that's like the prime number of minutes to watch.
I agree.
I mean, we saw Jameson win it.
Clearly, yeah. He literally said in our interview, 47 minutes at Sports Center, and maybe one or two articles. I think that might have been thrown in there, but you know, 47 is the clutch number.
So you did the same thing this year, and you just have too many opinions in your mind, so you can't really decide who you're gonna pick. Yes,
that's correct. Should have watched Selection Sunday. That one was too much because everyone's going crazy, telling me exactly what upsets to pick, and I picked all of them. And they were the wrong.
That's funny. Well, better luck next year. We got here to Vegas, on Thursday morning before the game started. We head over to the sports bar. We've got to reserve a seat, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. The game started at 9, so we get there 2 hours early. We'll start drinking as soon as we get our
immediately.
Table, 7 a.m. By the time the game start, we're at 9 drinks deep. The tuaca is flowing. We're buzzed, maybe even drunk. The game starts. The second game comes around, and Iowa State, who both of us had going to the finals.
The finals. Not Final Four, the finals.
The finals.
Thank God that we didn't have them fucking winning.
Loses. So at this point, we're probably 15, 16 drinks in. And that sobered me up real fast. I don't know about you.
I was pretty much, I was not very excited after that.
Yeah.
It was pretty awful.
I'm surprised I'm even still here. I should have just gone home after that.
What's funny, before that happened, we were talking the day before that you had a dark horse going in. So I thought you had top right. So where I'm Northern Iowa as a 5 seed is my dark horse. Iowa State, I didn't consider a dark horse. I thought it was a lock.
Yeah.
And so you were saying you were worried that you're in the first day, your team would lose. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't see any team in the first day for me that would lose. Like, I'm confused.
I understand. I did tell Kyle and Emilio that I was considering filling out 2 brackets because
that one,
my dark horse team was the second game of the first inning. If they lose, my entire week in Vegas is going to be completely ruined. And in case that happened, I want to have a second bracket to root for. And of course that happened. Yeah. Of course. And I didn't fill out a second bracket. Part of the reason I didn't fill out a second bracket is because no one else filled out a second bracket.
Yeah, who the fuck's going to complain about that and then not fill out a second bracket?
Jason Edeline.
Yeah, Jason Edeline.
He started all this blah, blah, hoopla about wanting to fill out second brackets. You got other people interested. And then I blame J Mel for commenting that second brackets are for losers. I think that deterred a lot of people from from filling out a second bracket. And I didn't want to
for sure. I didn't want to do it anymore. Like, well, I'm not doing it now.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be the only person to do it as the commissioner. So
we should have talked. We should have
done it. That way, we still have a rooting interest.
Yeah. Well, theoretically, we have a rooting interest, but it's probably a pretty long shot.
What Kyle is alluding to is that we've actually calculated a ton of permutations to see who's still mathematically alive. Usually after round one, almost everyone's alive, if not everyone, but that's not the case this year. So 27 players in the pool, 25 people are still mathematically alive to win first place.
Who's not alive anymore? Who are the 2 people?
The first guy is someone named Papa G. So, funny story, I don't know who Papa G is.
I don't know who that is.
He's not in the Facebook group.
Sounds like a gangster.
So I recruited this guy, Joey, who used to live with me near me in Fresno, who moved to New Jersey. He said he and his buddy were going to join the pool, and he recruited another buddy called Papa G. So Papa G ends up joining the pool, pays and everything, fills out the bracket, he's in the pool.
Nice.
But then Joey and his buddy back out last minute. So the original person I recruited, not in the pool, but his friend, who no one knows, is in the pool, and he's out.
Thank God.
Okay.
We don't want him to win. I'm
sorry.
sorry. He's not in the Facebook group. He's never going to see this video.
Screw you, Papa G.
Yeah,
you
fuck
suck.
you.
Your picks suck.
Thanks for the money, idiot.
Play again next year, please. So he's one of the 2 people out. The second person, you may not believe this. You have any guess who the second person who's mathematically out is?
Is he a former champion?
He's one of the 5 former champions.
So we've got. Let's recap the champions.
Okay,
right?
thank you.
So we have Victor Paredes, 2010.
Thank you.
Joe Gianosa, 2011. Very good job. That was a UConn year, right?
UConn.
Great job. Nick Quintana, 2012. I don't care about him. Yeah, right. Jameson Jones, last year, or 2013. You know.
Some might say that was a fluke as well.
Potentially. And then Emilio Diaz, last year's champion.
Out. Emilio is out. Emilio is actually here in town with us in Las Vegas, but he actually wasn't invited to this interview because, I mean, the ratings would drop if we were interviewing someone out of the pool. So thanks for coming, Emilio, wherever you are right now. We don't know. Probably dead somewhere. You may be filming this video. We don't know. But you're out, man. So sorry about that. So we know who's in, who's out. Some of us, like us two, we're still in, but I mean, we need a miracle to win. We pretty much need a perfect bracket the rest of the way. We need a UAB to go to the finals, pretty much. So.
I think that's a pretty good chance, though. They're looking pretty hot right now.
They're looking pretty good.
You know, they might be
against UCLA. They're down 6. So.
So.
Okay, now we're talking about who's in, who's out. We went over day 1 standings. Let's go over day 2 standings quickly. Like we mentioned, Jose Moreno has gone wire to wire so far. Day 1 leader, day 2 leader. Michel Hunger, looking to join several of his friends on the cup, is in 2nd place. Dustin Forthune is in 3rd place.
He did well last year, right?
I think so, yeah.
Well, he was,
yeah. And then Jacob Morrow is in 4th place. Great job, Jacob. Nice to see you have a turnaround year from last year because you finished like 2nd last year. You might have a couple new enemies, though, because Papa G and Emilio, the reason they can't win the pool is because if they had perfect brackets the rest of the way, you would be the one to block them. So you have their picks blocked. You pretty much have all the similar picks, so they can't overpass you in points because of what you picked in the first round. So great job, Jacob. You actually eliminated 2 players. He should get like a bounty. $10 bounty.
Yeah, if we could figure out exactly how to do this,
it'd
be kind of cool. I like bounty tournaments.
Dustin Jennings, 5th place. And then let's skip to the bottom. Sean Fairbairn, Jacob Morrow's recruit, is in 2nd to last place. And in last place, none other than Nick Quintana.
Yep.
So Nick, you suck. If you keep sucking, we're going to have to change the Trevor Kelly Memorial Award to the Nick Quintana Memorial Award. Because you don't only finish in last place here, you finish in last place in fantasy football pretty much every year.
Yeah,
so.
This is true.
So Emilio Azal, like I mentioned, in the first video of this year's series, he did say he had like a 0% chance of going back-to-back, which is
true.
You know, pretty
difficult.
True. It's hard to do that. So he is out. You know, I told him he should have just retired because he was last year's defending champion and he won our fantasy football league. So he should have just retired, never played again, just gone on top. He would have been, you know, maybe enshrined.
He the soccer one, so he was literally 2 for 2.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now we see that his last 2 champions were pure
flukes.
I mean,
yeah, totally. Yeah,
how can you be
the
first one eliminated from the pool if your champion is still in?
Yeah, I completely.
Yeah, like I think his final 4 is still in. So that's how bad your picks are. Speaking of bad picks, next couple people have 0 bonus points. Nick Quintana, so no shocker in last place. You have 0 bonus points. And J Mel, you have 0 bonus points. Last year, 2 people, Derek Strong and Cliff Elfson, didn't get a single bonus point until like the Elite 8. So they sucked. Their picks sucked, and they didn't even join the pool this year.
No wonder. Yeah.
I mean, who would if
they probably hated our fucking videos or something?
Yeah. So Jay and Nick, don't be those 2 guys that suck so bad this year that you don't even play next year. Last year we had 10 different teams, NCAA teams, picked as the potential champion to win the pool. This year there was far less, as most people picked Kentucky, but 2 people did pick Arizona. Kyle, you did.
Only 2 of us did.
And Christoph.
Oh, I knew that one.
That's your recruit.
Yeah, that's my recruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Omar picked Gonzaga, so Omar.
He's out. Yeah, he's done.
Sean Fairburn picked Duke. They looked pretty good yesterday.
They actually were much better than I thought they would be.
Yeah, the last few years.
Yeah.
5 people picked Wisconsin. I almost picked Wisconsin, but to be honest, it's kind of stupid to pick against a team that hasn't lost all year.
Yeah, who would ever do that?
But I wouldn't be surprised. Let's say that. I wouldn't be surprised if Wisconsin won the whole thing, as Nick Quintana, Ryan Glacier, Mike M, Dustin Fortune, and Jose Moreno, the guy in first place, all picked Wisconsin. Joe DeMont, the newcomer, picked Villanova. And then the rest of us, the other 17 people, picked Kentucky.
So a high percentage picked Kentucky.
Yeah, everyone, pretty much. So far fewer champions, total champions, picked this year than there were last year. So for sure, that's all I have for you guys today. There's 8 games today, 8 games tomorrow. We'll see who comes on top. Kyle, is there anything else you'd like to add to the viewing audience?
I do kind of want to go on a tangent a little bit. Is that okay? Yeah. All right, so we have a member in our group who I guess we can name. His name is Rogo. He posts a lot of silly things, maybe not necessarily to this group, but just on the Facebook world in general. He seems to have an affinity for hating on the 49ers. All of a sudden, DeMarco Murray, which, let's be honest, there's no way he wanted DeMarco Murray to leave. He's just talking out of his ass, being really silly, trying to say they're trying to save money. Theoretically, yes, but they just spend it all on
Darren McFadden.
No,
Hardy.
Greg Hardy. They spent all that money, actually even more, on Greg Hardy. I bet you he'd rather have DeMarco Murray than Greg Hardy. So Rogo, please stop posting all your stupid shit and just relax. Nobody else is posting anything except for you. I don't understand.
No wonder Omar hates him.
Probably, yeah, that's exactly why. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. Your videos are pretty funny when you post those. I'll admit that. I laughed at the video yesterday. But we don't need to hear your opinions on the 49ers and the Cowboys.
I like how he calls the Fibonacci scoring system like
the Nazi scoring system.
The woman feminine Nazi.
I don't know. It's pretty good though.
That's
I liked
funny,
it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's it. Well, thanks again for playing, guys. Just a reminder what you're playing for. A huge cash prize, which will be determined soon as we get all the payments. And, of course, the VP Marketing Solutions Champions Cup, presented by VP Marketing Solutions. And, of course, you will get your name engraved in the trophy. Don't forget that if you do win, you do have to chug 24 ounces of ice-cold beer out of this at your trophy presentation ceremony. And the winner will also be taking home a Bracketolgoy 6 championship t-shirt.
Nice.
Size large, so if you're not size large, don't win because you'll be wasting a shirt. So I'm size large.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it works perfect.
So it's fine with us. So thanks a lot, guys. Live from the Rio, this is Victor Paredes and Kyle Steinfeld, ESPN.